Our guest today has a very famous brother named Neil, and Astrid Young is actually in the same business as her brother Neil. Astrid, welcome to the program. You have a new, well, I guess it's not a new album, it's a re-release of an album that came out about 9 years ago. Can you explain to me why you decided to revisit this record?
We are remixing and remastering and re-releasing that record, but it's called One Night at Giant Rock. And most of the reason that we're doing that is because unfortunately the record didn't really get a proper launch the first time out. I had kind of hitched my wagon to a label that didn't deliver on their promises, and I didn't find out until the last minute. So it wasn't really a lot that I could do about it. So, I've since then got a little bit of airplay here and there, and it's a really, really good record. So I really want to give it a chance in the world. But we also wanted to do a vinyl edition of that record, and the problem with doing a vinyl edition of One Night at Giant Rock is, you can only fit so much information on a vinyl record, and it was about 3 minutes too long for single vinyl. So my co-producer and I, this is Victor Di Lorenzo, who was the original drummer from the Violent Femmes, we decided that, well, why don't we do double vinyl and we'll record a few new songs. So that had always been in the cards, but life happened, stuff happened, and time dragged on quite a bit. And then finally, when we got around to start talking about it again, things kind of took a really crazy turn, and I became acquainted with a guy named Eddie Kramer, who is probably one of the most famous producer engineers in music history. Really, he made all the Jimi Hendrix records, 5 or 6 Led Zeppelin albums, quite a few Rolling Stones albums, worked with the Beatles, Eric Clapton, Carly Simon, Kiss, a lot of Kiss records. The list goes on and on. Anyway, guys like walking music history. But I asked him if he wanted to be involved in this project, and he emphatically said that he did. So we started working together earlier this year, and we've recorded 7 new songs. And so the intention was to do a double album with One Night at Giant Rock and adding these new songs. But I think what we're actually going to end up doing is putting out the new songs as a separate thing, and then releasing everything together in the spring, when we do get around to remixing and remastering the originals. So just, and not for any other reason, but that the new album, the new crop of songs they stand alone really well on their own, and I think it's a good companion piece to One Night at Giant Rock. Now I don't know what we're going to call it. We're just kind of like in the midst of figuring that out right now, but it's going to be kind of a continuation. But the songs sound great. First single came out beginning of August, called "Lay Me Down," and that's streaming on all platforms right now. And we've got, I think the next single is going to be coming out next month.
You've said that One Night at Giant Rock is like your love letter to the desert.
Yeah.
Are the new songs similar to that in focus?
A lot of them are songs that didn't make it to that record. So that was, the kind of the philosophy behind, continuing on and doing this is because, when we were recording that record, there was a few songs that just, we had to make some choices, and these songs didn't make it to the record. Now, we've gone back and recut all those songs. So they're even though I'm working with Victor again, it's a slightly different band. Also, I'm also working with David J, who's a founding member and bass player for Bauhaus and Love and Rockets. And my next single is actually a co-write that I did with David J and a duet that I sing with him called "How the Beautiful Get Away with Murder," and that should be out really soon. I'm really excited about that.
Astrid, you're running a crowdfunding campaign raising money for both the re-release of the original album and for the new songs. How can people contribute to it?
You can either purchase the album, or you can donate it directly, whatever you feel comfortable with, or you can buy house concerts, or there's all kinds of kind of cool little perks where you can come and join us on a session or what have you, whatever you feel comfortable with. But and the cool part about it is that every donation, we're also contributing to carbon removal projects. They're fully vetted by Frontier, so no greenwashing here. A portion of and you'll get that, like, once you complete your purchase, you'll get a little flag saying, you have contributed to carbon removal projects. The intention is to make a record that endures. This is not something that you're gonna click on once, for 30 seconds on TikTok. This is gonna be, we want this to be part of the soundtrack of your life. And, the people that I'm working with and the songs that we've created, it's pretty epic. So, I think you're gonna like it.
Well, Astrid, I love what I hear so far. I can't wait to hear the rest of the new songs and how great the original album turns out to sound with Eddie Kramer on the controls. Thanks for joining us.